Hello, my name is Christy, and I'm a perimenopause survivor. I'm currently on year 6 of perimenopause, which you might have guessed because there are signs. There was a time in my life when I wasn't simultaneously wrinkly and have acne and facial hair, but all at the same time. But nowadays, my nighttime routine consists of pimple patches, moisturizing lotion, and that microbladey shavy thingy. Other signs include dry eyes, dry mouth, dry skin, dry personality, dry January through December because my body can no longer tolerate alcohol. Inability to focus is a big one. I used to be so on top of things, and now I get sidetracked every 5 seconds. Like, I'll go upstairs to brush my teeth and find myself folding a load of laundry, and then I'll go into the closet to put it away, and I see some wrapping paper. I'm like, oh, I got to go wrap that present. So I'll go down into the kitchen to get the Scotch tape. The pantry doors are wide open, so I'm like, well, might as well organize the pantry. Next thing you know, I'm filling up the salt and pepper shakers. Now I'm sneezing. I go upstairs to get some Kleenex. I see the vacuum cleaner. I start vacuuming, and this goes on and on. I think the most unnerving sign of perimenopause is your inability to recall certain words. Now, we've all been there where you're like, oh my God, I must think of this word or I can't go on with my day. But in perimenopause, when this happens with great frequency, you're like, I must think of this word to prove to myself that I'm not crazy. So, like, maybe you're trying to think of the word folder. So you'll say to your husband, hey, can you go fetch me that rectangular thingy that goes in the, we use it for taxes. It has labels. It goes in the filing cabinet. It's like playing the worst game of password ever. Meanwhile, your husband's looking at you like, have you been drinking? But in perimenopause, we're always asking, where are my keys? Where's my phone? Where's my glasses? Where's my purse? Now, admittedly, men have been playing this game forever. But they make it more personal and accusatory by saying, what did you do with my... You know, we had that big snowstorm in January, and I went out to shovel, and my husband said he'd be right behind me, but then every 5 seconds he kept peeking out saying, what'd you do with my coat? What'd you do with my gloves? What'd you do with my scarf? What'd you do with my boots? I didn't touch any of that crap. But in perimenopause, you may suffer anywhere from 10 to 100 symptoms. One of them is minnow belly. Now, I can't tell you how frustrating it is to wake up one day and have a spare tire where your waist used to be. And I mentioned this at a talk last week, and afterwards this tiny little woman the size of a toothpick comes up to me and says, if you'd like, I can help you get rid of some of that fluff. And I know she was just trying to be helpful, but my first reaction was, fluff you. Yeah, like just fluff you. Anyway. I wish you health, happiness, and the hope that when you leave here tonight, you can remember your room number.